Is like your greatest weakness is that you care too much?
Yeah. If I had to say my biggest weakness, it was that it's just that I want everything to be too perfect and great.
Yeah.
You know.
Hello, and welcome to WayTooBroad, a show and tell program for really, really ridiculously excited grown-ups. I'm Hannah. It's Silly Friday, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
What is up, Hannah? What is up, Ben?
What's up, nerds? I'm cleaning my glasses off.
I was about to say, how do your glasses look?
They were looking kind of dirty, so I'm cleaning them off on my shirt, which is dirty, too.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the big gotcha moment.
But what am I going to do? Have a nice clean glasses cleaning rag dedicated for this like a normal glasses wearer? Or a lot of glasses wearers do?
So many of those, and I still perpetually try to clean my glasses on my sweatshirt that I haven't washed in a week.
If I'm going to do it anyway, why waste the money and buy those things? You know what I mean? I know myself.
Why waste the like $1 that they cost? You know, right?
Why waste the free with the purchase of every pair of glasses?
I lose it immediately, and that's not my fault.
Yeah, it's too expensive to keep track of it.
Yeah.
I can't see it because my glasses are dirty. What are you gonna do?
Gotcha. This is the gotcha episode of WayTooBroad.
Fucking gotcha.
What am I drinking?
I don't know.
Well, ask me then.
What are you drinking?
Drinking.
Mineral.
Thank you. Okay. I'm drinking a raspberry lime spindy.
Nice,
Where
nice.
are you drinking?
Ooh.
In my office.
Oh.
Why
are you drinking?
Gotcha!
Mouth.
The right answer is mouth. It's the gotcha episode.
Fucking gotcha.
You got me. That's true. And this is not really my office. It's a second bedroom / multi-purpose room. So
Oh, well,
I think it's your office.
it is also my office, but
This is technically a second bedroom also, but it's our office.
You do all your business, vampire business, etc. in there.
my misery business, my business time.
Mm-hmm. Wow, TMI.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's business.
Multi-purpose. All right.
It's business time.
Is it what's Erin drinking?
I think so. Yes. Erin, what are you drinking?
All right, I got nice water, and tonight it's a little high octane for me. I've got there's a local distillery called Conniption, and they make gin, and they've been making these like prefab little canned cocktails that you can pick up curbside. And so Molly picks them up the other day, and it's a rosé spritz. It's got gin, a blend of rosé and Petite Syrah wines, natural flavors, and soda water, and it's an 11%. And I want to say this is 12 ounces. 12 ounces.
How many ounces of it are alcohol then?
Oh, that's a good question, and I'm not going to do that math because it's high octane.
It's a really pretty can.
Yeah,
It just said bottle, but that's
1.32.
wrong.
It's really 1.32. It's really pretty, and surprisingly, I'm surprised it's 11% because it's very gin forward, which is making me think like it might be a little more than 11%, but I guess they are the ones who know.
They are the ones who
But
know.
it really hits you with gin.
Love gin.
Would you
like,
say
really strong.
that the gin really gotcha?
It got me. It's the gotcha episode.
Wow.
Wow. Ben got me with that math. So
Nice.
okay. What you got, Ben?
I got an ice water, and then I got something other than ice water.
Ooh,
Oh, you
Ben,
got
have you
it.
had that before? We talked about that before.
I have. It's so good. It's
What is
the
it?
lemon and ginger juice seltzer from Trader Joe's. I went to Trader Joe's for the first time in months the other day.
Wow, how'd it feel?
You went in.
It was great. You know what? I actually happened upon a really fascinating fact when I was there. Because when I was checking out, they were like, hey, would you be willing to use take your like groceries in a box instead of in a bag.
Oh.
And I was like, sure, but why are you guys out of bags? And the reason was twofold. One is that they only just recently allowed people to use reusable bags, which is my first thought was people weren't using reusable bags as much.
Mm-hmm.
The other larger reason is that, all their bags are made from recycled paper, and the place that makes their bags sources most of their paper that they recycle from offices and schools.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Just like one of those weird ripple effect things of the pandemic is
That's really
Trader Joe's not having grocery bags.
Speaking of Trader Joe's, would you two be willing to watch this video I just posted in the WayTooBroad channel, and then Hannah posted out with the episode? This is something I think about probably daily since I've watched it.
Okay.
Yeah, we constipated in Quar.
You better social distance, Butterfly.
I think about that every day.
That's very good.
It's so true, though. Like, one time we were at, this was like a few months ago, so it was like early days, like people weren't, I don't think maybe the state was mandating, like, they made rules about capacity in stores, in grocery stores, but they weren't like making people wear masks or something. And like, we were like trying to follow the rules and like go one way down the aisles, which like every store's given up on now. And this guy was just like in the middle of the aisle, crouched down, just like going through, like touching and staring at every single spice in the fucking spice section.
Wow.
We stood there for like, I swear to God, it felt like 10 minutes waiting for him to find his one particular fucking spice that he was looking for. Like, you scan and go. If you can't find it, you gotta move. You gotta get out of the way. Like, people need to get in here and people need to get out of here. It's ridiculous. You can't browse.
You can't browse. This is not a time for browsing. You can browse, like, go to one of the, like, grocery websites and browse there.
Browse the website.
And then make your list, and then go.
Browse to your heart's content on the website. Absolutely.
Yeah. You gotta get in and get out.
So that video, I will post a link, but it is, the Instagram handle is, Blacktress Comedy, and her name is Naomi Ekperigan. Is that?
I don't know. Sorry.
Ekperigan. I've heard her on podcasts before, and she's always
she's been
funny.
on Two Dope Queens.
Two Dope Queens.
Two Dope Queens. Sorry, my accent sometimes, my native accent sometimes comes through. All right.
Yeah, where are you from again?
Can I tell
Norway?
A grocery-related anecdote, and I'm still getting consent as to whether this can stay in the podcast or not, so you might have to cut it.
Okay.
But my best friend, Sarah, this week was very sweet. I was having a sad day earlier this week, and she, because she was sad she couldn't be with me, sent me a ton of junk food. It was really nice. I was like sad eating, like, off-brand, like, Whole Foods brand Cheez-Its, and and we had like a quarter of a box, and they were stale, and they were like from Whole Foods, and it was like the only junk food I had in the house, so I was eating those, and I was like telling her about it, and she was appalled. She's a big Cheez-Its fan. She was appalled that I was eating off-brand. So she sent a shipped order to my house full of like boxes of Cheez-Its and spicy Cheetos and like apples and cheese and beef jerky. It was like a lot of really nice snacks, and it was really sweet. And then I've been eating nice junk food all day. And then
nice.
She calls me on the next day, or maybe 2 days later. It's like probably like 1 p.m. and she goes, "Oh no, Erin, my whole grocery order just got delivered to your house." She thought she deleted my address from Shipt, but she didn't. And so she had purchased all of these groceries for her dinner, her and her kids and her husband. It was burger night.
1 state away.
Oh. Yeah. It was burger night. It just all got delivered to my house. So we had hamburgers. was very excited. Yeah, she lives. That's a great detail. She lives in South Carolina.
Like really... 4 or 5 hour drive. It's not like you could just bring him over.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So it was really amusing. I was like, this is a great, like, pandemic only thing, right? Like, this is like a very pandemic specific thing to have happened, I think.
Yeah. So. All right. I have to tell you guys a story. I have to share with you two and our listeners the struggle of doing puzzles with cats in the house.
Preach. Lay it on us.
Okay. I wish I had taken pictures of any of this, but so I ordered a bunch of puzzles. There's this one artist I really like. His name is Charles Wysocki. I have a bunch of his puzzles right here, which is why I looked down there.
So familiar, that name.
He's an artist. I think he is from the Northeast. I think he might still be alive, but I'm not sure. But he makes all kinds of art. A lot of it is like old timey towns, but the just like
with the little cat in it.
Nah, he dead as fuck, dude.
Oh, he's dead. I'll show you some.
He dead. Real dead. Hey, Hannah.
Yeah,
he dead as fuck, and he from Detroit, so wrong on 2 counts.
Okay, like this one is called Rally at Dandelion Mill.
Nice.
Hold on, let me make so I can see it.
It's got the little cat in it.
He does have ones with cats in them. This one is like it's just like a very old timey. There's like a place called Incline to Recline Farms in the back. Like,
what's it called?
Here's like an old western town.
Charles Wysocki.
Mm-hmm. But then he also does ones like this one, which is like a cat in a library, which I like how they're
kind of like the landscapes are kind of flat looking. I think that's really cool.
I think that's like one of the things that appeals to me about them.
You know what it reminds me of? Have you seen the movie The Secret of Kells?
Yeah.
Does it kind of look like that animation?
I mean, it's certainly not the same, like, style, but I kind of get what you mean. Like, there's a lot of intricacy, but it's not, like, overwhelming to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something about, I think because he uses such clean lines, it's just, like, the puzzles are not easy, but they're not that hard. Like, there's some, like, really distinctive things to go by and look for, and they often have words in them. So anyway,
I wish there was a name for like something that was easy, but like not easy, but not hard. That's kind of.
Is there?
I was being a dick. Please continue.
You got me, I think.
I fucking gotcha. It's the gotcha episode.
So anyway, I had done all my puzzles, and I had ordered actually some more. And the thing about it is that I now know that doing 1,000-piece puzzles is like a no-go in this house because the cats will always destroy them before they're done. But I went online and I was looking at Charles Wysocki puzzles, and I found this one that was just like the prettiest. Like, it was like I looked at it and I was immediately like, I want to live in this place. It was like a little like
I want to go to there.
I wanted to go to there. Like it was like a little like a restaurant on the edge of a like big lake in Maine, and like there was like a mountain in the distance, and it was like all these nice muted blues and purples and stuff, and like still a horse and carriage in the front and stuff. And I was just like, I need to get that puzzle. And I like didn't even really look at how many pieces it was, but it was 1,000 pieces. So when it came, I bought 3 puzzles, and 2 of them were 500 pieces, but I foolishly started with the one that I just liked the best, which is 1,000. So I did the whole edge last night, because usually, like, sometimes if you can just do the edge and keep all the pieces all the rest of the pieces in a box, then it can be safe overnight. And it was. I woke up in the morning and it was still pretty much fine. And so I was like, sweet. And then, Jack, like, after I sat down to work, Jack, like, out of nowhere, I hear the sound of, like, scratching nails across the table where the puzzle is. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I look over, and it's, like, the entire top edge is just hanging off the side of the table. And the whole entire edge is, like, off against, like, slammed against the door in like eight pieces. And it was just like, I thought that was like going to be the worst thing, right? But then today,
oh god,
so I've made a lot of progress on the puzzle. I have like the whole left-hand side of it done, and the right-hand side, I had all these little bits of it done. You know how it goes with puzzles, but they weren't all connected yet. And then I have, because I know how my cats are, any pieces that I'm not like directly working with, they all sit in a box together, and I just like go through them like every time that I need more pieces to work with. I don't do the laying them all out will never work, right? So I have my box of pieces. I have my like mostly complete side and my side that's like a little less sturdy. And he makes a running start from in this room. So the table is like out there, jumps onto the table directly onto, like the top edge, and in the, like, sliding in the direction of the part that was less sturdy, slides that entire section off the table and flips everywhere. And then as he's instantly jumping off again, probably because I started screaming, he jostles the box that has all the pieces in it. So that I like went to save it, but like half of them went flying off onto like the couch and probably under the couch, and like I probably lost some now for potentially ever.
Man.
So, and I was like, I'm still angry about it. Like, it happened tonight, and
like you were actively working on it.
Yeah, it wasn't even like I left it unattended. He just like jumped right up.
Have you tried like spray bottles, just like spritzing?
It doesn't. No, I don't agree with that tactic anyway. But especially in this case, because like by the time that pretty much anything that like that you can't like catch your cat still in the act of doing, it's never going to teach them the lesson you think it will. And like, it's not like he comes in and like knocks things off the table. It's just he comes in and slides across the table and then leaves. You know, it's like that. It's like one and done. So there's no point at which, even if I wanted to, I could spray him that he would learn anything. Yeah. So, I just got to work faster. He's pushing me to do my best.
But that's really what he's doing.
But that's not the point of a puzzle. It's to relax and enjoy the scenery and to live at that lakeside with the mountain view for a little while. To go to there.
I do feel a little bit like last night I literally was like, I cannot play this game that you guys want to play because I need to make more progress on the puzzle. Like, that's not...
Yeah, Hannah was like, I'm declining a social invite. Thank you for your social invite. However, I have just started a puzzle and will have to graciously decline your kind offer.
But now you see why.
I feel like there's an invention out like waiting to happen, okay? It's a plastic thing that clips to your table so it's secure, right? So a cat jostling on it. And your arms go through the cutouts and or even maybe the whole thing, it's just like affixed on the corners and then you can slide your arms neatly beneath it. And then there's flaps that flap down to lock it into place. Do you see my vision?
Not even a little bit.
It's like clear plastic, and so you can view down like a sneeze shield, right? Except it's entirely enclosing the puzzle, but your arms can go underneath it to assemble the puzzle.
Yeah,
I rest my case.
It's a start, yeah. Yeah, that's my upfront thing. I just need to share my pain a little bit.
Yeah, we're here for you, bud.
Thank you.
I don't have a cat, but I can imagine how that would be terrible. Not having a cat, but
two cats, Hazel and Brian.
Yeah.
Why Brian though?
What do you mean? Why Henry?
But Henry's name is Henry. Why?
Yeah. No, Brian's name is Brian.
What? But why? His name used to be Como.
He's Brian.
Okay. Have you ever thought about naming a cat Como though?
No.
Chill.
Does Kylie ever call him Como, Brian?
Yeah, she keeps saying his name isn't Brian. I don't get it.
Huh. And what do you say? What do you do when she calls him Como?
I politely tell her his name is Brian.
Erin, he actually has a middle name too. Do you want to tell Erin what his middle name
Oh yeah,
is?
his middle name is Brian.
Brian. Is it
Brown.
Brian Brown? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Brian.
Why not Brian Moses?
Ooh,
His last name's
gotcha.
Brown.
Okay. All right.
I
Why
didn't choose
not?
it. He chose it.
Why not Brian Brown? Why can't cats have two middle names?
They could. I mean, humans can have two middle names.
No, they can't. It's
Did he
just not
choose
in our
Brian
DNA.
too?
It's not natural.
No, he didn't choose Brian.
Okay, just his last name. Okay,
Yep.
That's weird. Also,
This is going to be entirely uninteresting for anybody who doesn't have any context. Which,
Well-
to them, I would say, go get some context.
like all the context you need is that Ben's cat is actually named Como.
Yeah.
Well, his name's Brian. But
Yeah.
say
All
what
right.
you want, I guess.
Cool. Well, then should we pop in?
Yeah, let's flip into that.
Let's flip and do it.
Hannah, what you got?
Buzz, buzz.
Buzz, buzz.
Mm-mm.
Sorry. That's the noise my phone makes. Okay. I have a TV show. It's on CBS. It's a Star Trek show, but it is
Oh.
unlike any Star Trek show I've ever watched.
I know what it is.
Oh yeah. Are
Yeah.
you watching it?
Nope.
Is it Star Trek Next Generation?
It is an animated Star Trek show called Star Trek Lower Decks. And it's like the
I have
first
never heard of
ever
this.
it's the first ever Star Trek show to not be about like the captains and the like leaders. It's about like the people who like the functionaries on the ship who actually like get things done, and it's extremely fun.
Oh.
I would say with or without the context of other Star Trek series, but especially with, because it's like really it like, okay, for example, there's this thing it's like a trope in Star Trek where you like every time that something needs to be done urgently, the engineer that has to do it will be like, oh, that'll take 3 hours, and they're like, you have 30 minutes, and then it gets done, like, and it's like the tension is like, oh, will it get done? But it like always does. And so then in the animated series, they introduced this concept of buffer time, which is like actually everyone below decks is constantly overestimating how long it's going to take to do everything just so they can like have some free time. And the leadership just like has no idea.
I love that.
And it's like very fun. So there are two, I would say there are like four main characters. There is I'll read you the thing about it. The animated comedy series Star Trek Lower Decks follows the support crew on one of Starfleet's least important ships, the USS Cerritos, in 2380. Oh yeah, the Cerritos doesn't do first contact, they do second contact. So they go back after like the Enterprise or whatever.
Nice.
Like meets a new culture, and they do like the like paperwork and stuff. Ensign's Mariner, who is played by Tawny Newsome. She's like the carefree, like always does everything right without trying, character. And, Boimler is her like foil, who is like this guy who just like really wants to be, a captain one day and wants to do everything right and is so up in his head about it that she's always like just doing a better job than him at everything, or stumbling her way into whatever. Rutherford, who is played by Eugene Cordero, who I think I recognize that name.
Yeah,
as a
he's
fun guy.
He's in $1 Million Property or Bajillion Dollar Properties and other. He's in a lot of like that whole podcast cruise stuff.
Yeah. I feel like I've heard him on a lot of podcasts. He plays like a person who just recently got like cybernetic implants. So he's like just learning all the stuff his body can do now that he's like enhanced. And Tendi, played by Noelle Wells, who is I think an alien. She's like
Noelle
green.
Wells is.
I think so, yeah. I don't know anything about her, so that's what I assume of anyone I don't know anything about. Anyway, so these ensigns have to keep up with their duties and their social lives, often while the ship is being rocked by a multitude of sci-fi anomalies.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
No. Yes,
Are any of those characters in the new like live action Star Trek shows? Because isn't Tawny Newsome in one of those also? Or am I making that up?
I don't think so.
I thought she was. I don't know why I thought that.
Tig Notaro is.
Is that what I was thinking of? That'd be a weird mix-up. I was thinking funny comedy people in Star Trek.
That would be a weird mix-up.
It would be extremely weird.
You know what? I might be thinking of Space Force. Tony Newsom was in Space Force.
Maybe. She's very good in this. I think everybody is really quite good. And I enjoy it a lot. It's funny. It's made me laugh out loud. There's only 2 episodes out right now. I think you have to watch them on CBS All Access, but the first episode you can watch like without having a login or anything. So
you can whet your palate.
yeah, so you can see if you like it. It's just really.
You don't like that, Ben?
No, I didn't like it.
Which part, the whet or the palate, or both together?
I think both together is really what made it terrible.
With a little bit of gurgle I had in there. Whet your palate.
Wet. Wet.
Oh my god.
Wet your palate.
Here's
Gotcha.
a link to the show that I'm also.
You fucking got me.
So, yeah, it's fun to, it's like the silliest version of Star Trek that I've ever seen that still, like, is very true to the source material. Like, Star Trek can be silly, but this show's purpose is to be a comedy show, and there's never really been, to my knowledge, a Star Trek comedy show before.
Have you watched other Star Trek stuff? Isn't Ian a Star Trek fan?
Yeah, Ian, Star Trek is one of the things that, like, he just watches, like, on, like, repeatedly. Like, I think he's watched every, you know how everybody has those shows and stuff? Or, like, you with, Lord of the Rings for a few years, but, like, but, yeah, he likes it a lot. He's definitely the reason that that we're watching it so early. He keeps up with what's going on with Star Trek. But,
have you watched the others that much?
Yeah, I watched, most of what I've watched is The Next Generation. And then I've watched, like, here and there.
Is that
I've watched
Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, that's Sir Pat. And then I've watched some of the original series as well.
I was a big fan of Voyager back in the day, you know.
Oh yeah, and I watched some Voyager too. Yeah.
Who dat? Who in that one?
Kate Mulgrew. What's her actual name? Catherine Mulgrew.
Wow, Brian.
Oh, there's Brian.
Oh.
Did you say hello, Brian?
I said, wow, Brian.
Oh. It'd be
Kate
funny.
Mulgrew. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go, please. Please,
You just
Hannah.
really want to know what would be funny. I was just saying it'd be funny if instead of, like, reacting to him like you used to react to Como, you just would be like, hello, Brian.
Good morning to you, Brian.
Sure, no.
Good morrow. So Kate Mulgrew, who plays Red in Orange is the New Black, was
There's a lot
Captain.
of colors.
Played Captain Janeway in Voyager. That's right. We got a lady captain. One and only.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's great.
And then there was another one that had a black captain. We watched some of that too. I don't remember which one that was. Ian, which one was that? Deep Space Nine.
I thought that was a movie. Wow, I know nothing about Star Trek, huh?
Oh yeah, I know this lady.
Enterprise.
Oh, and it had the guy with the crazy head like this.
Y'all, there are
Yeah.
so many, huh?
Had 7 of 9 in it. So.
7 of 9, yeah. She was cool. She's in the new series
There's
too.
a Scott Bakula one.
I didn't know that.
Who sounds suspiciously like Scott Dracula.
There's a Burt Bacharach one.
Always thought that.
I'm just saying, have you ever seen him and Dracula in the same room? I haven't.
That's what I'm saying. Is he bad?
Gotcha, Scott.
You said
Gotcha.
You said, I didn't know that, like, Scott Bakula's not good. I don't know anything about him. Is he not a good guy?
No, I don't know. I have no idea.
He's Dracula, so...
Is Burt Bacharach one?
How tired of hiding do you have to be as Dracula to name yourself Bacula? What'd you say, Erin?
I said, did you know there's a Burt Bacharach one?
Oh.
It's
Right.
fine.
Listen.
It's fine.
Which one's the best one, though? Which one's the best Star Trek?
To start with? Oh, good question. Let me ask producer Ian.
No, not to start with. Which is the best? And I want a definitive answer, please.
What's the best Star Trek?
Definitively.
Long pause.
I have the answer. Star Wars: The Next Penetration.
Whoa.
Did you say Star Wars on purpose?
Star Wars? Yeah. What?
Gotcha!
What's your favorite? What is it right now?
Star Wars: The Next Penetration.
She's cheating. Star Wars: The Next Penetration. She's cheating. She switched the question from what's the best to what's your favorite right now.
Come on.
That.
Which one's
And none of it
objectively
even
the
worked,
best?
you guys. This is
I
my
know.
life, okay? I said, what's the best one? And he said, I don't have an answer. And then I said, what's your favorite? And he said, it varies. And then I said, right now. And then there was another long pause. And then I think he said, it varies again. So
I'm sure you can relate to this experience, but I'll go to the garage to get a seltzer and I'll be like, what flavor do you want for Molly? And just long silence.
And then you're like, did you hear me?
It's hard to choose. I'll just pick one.
There's a 1970s Star Trek animated series?
Oh no. So it's not the first Star Trek animated
Yeah,
series.
it's not. Actually,
Ken Gotcha!
It was even
It's the
before
Gotcha
Next Generation.
episode.
It's actually
It's the
more
Gotcha
original
episode.
than Next Generation.
Whoa, time the fuck out.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called Star Wars. Whoops, fuck.
Oh my god.
Star Wars.
You're gonna get us crucified.
Star Wars.
Gotcha.
No, it's called, get ready for it. It's called Star Trek, the animated series.
Oh my god. It was right in front of our noses. Right under them, I mean.
It originally aired as Star Trek and as the animated adventures of Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek.
This can't be before, because it looks
was
just
in
like the people...
1973.
But it looks exactly like the people who then starred in the original Star Trek.
Yeah,
You
it
flip?
came out after them. It came out
I
after
thought
that.
After
you
that,
said
but
it
before
came
the
before
next
you-
generation.
It said it
Yeah,
came before
oh,
Next Generation, which is not the original. It's the Next Generation.
Oh, I thought you said it was more original than the original.
No, I said it's more original than Next Generation.
Okay, well,
But-
that's not
But it
original.
is voiced by the cast of the original series, for those curious.
Hmm.
For those
There's some good
curious.
episodes, I would say, in every season. And I've seen all of those because I've been forced to. But I liked them, but I was forced.
Wow.
So, just for the record.
Wow, would you look at that? The original series debuted on my birthday, September
Cool.
8th, 1966, the day I was born.
Congratulations.
I'm turning 54. Nope, 55. Nope, 54.
Wow.
54.
Wow.
Sorry, when you
It
get
is
this
hard
old.
to yeah, it's hard to remember
Yep,
the specifics.
Wow. Happy birthday.
thanks.
Happy almost birthday.
Yeah.
What's your birthday again, though?
September 8th. I just said it. I
I
just
wasn't
said
listening.
it.
Why do you assume I'm listening to you?
Because that's an interactive podcast experience.
On the 3rd? No, the 8th. Oh, I have it on the calendar. Why are you telling me I have it on my calendar?
Sorry.
She was trying to put it on her calendar.
Gotcha. I have it on my calendar.
It's the gotcha episode. Cool. Then that's it.
Enough about Star Trek.
We've been talking for 40 minutes.
This is a Star Trek podcast. No.
That was my obsession. What do you mean?
Oh, that's right. I'm telling you, it's high octane.
Oh, good. It's
Erin, what's your obsession that's not Star Trek related?
Okay. Star Wars, the next Star generation. All right, you know,
Star Wars, the next Star Trek.
Star Wars, the next Star Trek. You know, I was thinking tonight while we were cleaning the kitchen that I didn't have an obsession, but then I thought of like 3 different things. And so I don't have any one strong obsession, but I've got maybe like something I want to cover that has been my kind of summer obsession, and then like 2 honorable mentions. So I'll start with my honorable mention. Number 1, recently discovered, and I know this is not new, but Maggie Rogers, the musical artist, her album, that I'm suddenly blanking on the name of. Hold on. Heard It in a Past Life. Absolutely slaps. And a quality of any Maggie Rogers song that I like is that I can't, it's like a Lay's potato chip. I can't listen to it just one time, which is not like a Lay's potato chip, but you can't eat just one, but it's like I can't listen just once to a Maggie Rogers song. So, yeah, I like literally have a hard time.
Who is Maggie Rogers?
Yeah,
she's a musical artist. She came to fame. There was like a viral video of like Pharrell listening to her song and like loving it.
I do remember that.
And it's the song Alaska, and it's an absolute slapper, and it's on this album. But some other songs that are just absolutely great. Track number 3, The Knife, is so good. Alaska, track number 4. Light On, track number 5. I know I always do this. Falling Water, track number 9. All of those are complete slappers. Is that a thing? If it slaps, is it a slapper? It's like, I mean,
something that slaps is a slapper.
It's a slapper. It's a thing doing the slapping.
Yeah.
So, anyway, those are great jams. So, cue each one 2 times so that you can listen to each one two times in a row. I think that's just like, I don't always feel that way about songs. And like consistently, like Falling Water has been like a jam of mine for a really long time. And I just like, if I hear it once, I hear it twice.
I hear it 1,000 times.
I have a problem. It will not leave me. I am cursed.
That's right. It's all I hear. Do you guys hear that? I can't hear you over the song. The other honorable mention is the Japanese House, who we discussed. That's a musical artist who we discussed in episode 89, Beyond the Surf Zone. Came out with a short, like an EP, this month, a couple weeks ago. And what's it called? I'm not prepared. Oh boy. It's
Chewing
called
Cotton Wool?
Chewing Cotton Wool. And it's just a 4-track EP. And track number 3, called Dion, I guess, features Justin Vernon, who's fucking everywhere. And I love it. I just love that song. I just heard it today.
Who is Justin Vernon?
Bon Iver.
Bon Iver.
Oh, Bon Iver.
There's a boob on
Thanks
the
for
cover
translating.
art. You're welcome.
There's a boob? Is it her boob?
Yeah.
How do you see that? It's so small. Not the boob, but the picture. Oh, I see it.
How fucking dare you?
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's just sitting. Actually, it's just because it's in black and white, I think, but it reminds me of the cover art for Folklore too. I was just realizing, but she's sitting in a living room that's empty except for there's like a white couch and a bunch of glowing orbs, and she's sitting on the floor in jeans and nothing else, and she's like got her arm across her chest, so she's covering one boob but not the other.
Oh, I just realized why the song is called Dion, because after Dionne Warwick, because she mentions the song Walk On By in the song Dion.
Did she put out Chewing Cotton Wool, like the
as
song?
a single? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Something Has to Change she had put out a while ago. So, like, she does a lot of, like, singles and EPs as most of her releases. In fact, I think Good at Falling was her first, like, full-length album ever. So, she does a lot of, like, small releases, which I'm into. But my main obsession, which is something I've been meaning to talk about, like, all spring and summer, is grilling pizza.
Oh, nice.
As a complete shift. So, I originally got into it from Carla Lolly Music, and Emil had put out an article, I think, on Epicurious.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Well, none of them died, and it was on
platform.
It was on Epicurious, which I know is owned by Condé Nast, but it was still
Condé Nasty.
Condé Nasty. It had a wide enough berth of Bon Appetit that I still felt, good to talk about it. But yeah. And it was like, Carly Lolly Music, who I love. Carly. And
as her friends refer to her as.
I don't
Carly.
remember how it started. I think I guess maybe I had pizza dough, or maybe I came across it and it was like the stars were aligned. And so I made
like in a
pizza.
Forest, or
what?
How do you come across pizza dough?
Oh, it was just on my doorstep, and I thought this is probably fine, or a mushroom.
Sarah had her pizza dough delivered to your house.
Exactly. There it is. So I made grilled pizza kind of on a whim, and it was so good. It was like really. We've made like cast iron pizza in the oven before, but the grilled pizza was just like astoundingly delicious.
Did you know it's an Uncle Norb classic?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Does he use a pizza? So what I'm curious about, like, there's different ways of doing grilled pizza, and some people use a pizza stone, which is great, but this recipe has you put it right, slap it on the grate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you
there was
oil it up
nodding.
and slap it on.
Yeah, you oil it up and slap it right down. So, yeah. So, like, the recipe, the technique I used, and please email in Uncle Norb with your technique. I would love to hear about it. You make a hot side and a cold side, and then you slap your dough down on the hot side and let it, like, char a little, not too much, and then flip it for a little bit, kind of get it both sides. It's almost like, I would say, like a flatbread, like grilled flatbread is what it ends up as. And then you pull it over the cold side, top it up, and then, bake it down. And so it's and it's just delicious. We've done it all summer. We've been doing it like once a week all summer long, and have just been like loving it. And it's always so good. We'll make it vegetarian. We'll make it with like leftover meat or like other leftovers, and it takes any vegetable really well. And I just love it. And so I'm going to try to find this article that inspired me.
That's so funny. Kylie and I all summer have also basically been making pizza every week. Not grilled. We're making it in our oven at our new apartment, which is so much nicer than our old apartment. We've been getting really good at it. It's so fun to make pizza.
It's so fun, and it's tasty. And like, I think the other like interesting thing is like, I am not a huge pizza fan. Like typical like delivery pizza. Like, I'm like never in the mood for something like that. But like, this is like, Hannah's laughing at me.
I just think it's funny because you said that before, and we strongly disagree about this one topic, and I think about you every time we get delivery pizza. Like, we ordered this week our classic pepperoni and broccoli from the one pizza place on DoorDash, and
It was Ben, not me.
Yeah, I know. It's good.
Sounds horrendous.
It's good. Which part? The broccoli?
The combination, and also broccoli on pizza.
It's good. So anyway, we ordered that, and I was thinking about you as I was eating it. Like, what the fuck? Erin wouldn't even like this. Even if it wasn't.
If it were like I just never choose it. Like, that's the thing, right? It's like, not that I wouldn't, if I were over at your house and you were like, oh, we're getting pizza, I'd be like, cool, I'll eat some of that. I would eat broccoli and pepperoni, for instance. That sounds good. I would just never choose it. I wouldn't ever, like, out of the array of options in my life, I'm never gonna choose delivery pizza. That's
yeah,
just,
I feel
like,
that way about, like, wings. Okay. So.
Yeah. I love wings. Yeah.
But
you would eat them if I had some, right?
I have a really important follow-up question.
Okay.
You said the only pizza place on DoorDash. Pizza places are, like, famous for delivering.
Yeah, and
are there other pizza places that just aren't on DoorDash that you would have to call, and so you order from the only one that's on DoorDash?
I mean, yeah, but
simple and easy.
but the other thing is that the place that actually has the best pizza in Wareham that, like, delivers to us, they're cash only establishment.
Anthony.
Yeah, and I haven't held cash in my hand since March, since like early March, because I feel like it's like a vector for all kinds of diseases. So we're a cash-free household in this particular moment. So every time that we want to get pizza, we don't have cash in the house to order Mark Anthony's. They're kind of fun to call on the phone because they're always like, I don't know, they like call you sweetheart, but it's not weird. And he's always like, Roni and Brock or whatever. Oh, you live in Wee Wee? Like that.
Mark Anthony, like, give me a reason because I need to know. Like that one?
Yeah, it's his pizza restaurant, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Their pizza is fucking good, though.
Yeah, Onset, Massachusetts. If you're ever looking for a good place that's in the, like, eastern Massachusetts area, check out Mark Anthony's in Onset, Mass.
Is it really called Mark Anthony's? That's so funny.
Yeah. He's like it's probably named after the guy that married Cleopatra, right? His name was Mark Anthony.
Yeah, that's true. One more thing I'll say about pizza. I don't know why I suddenly went.
Your thread.
Yeah, I went into my RPG voice there. My RPG character's voice. So another distinction I like to make, and maybe we've talked about this, like, so there's that pizza, right? That, like, delivery pizza, like a cheesy piece of za, right? Like, there's, like, that, like, you're having, like, a youth group hang out and they're ordering pizza. There's, like, that pizza, and of all qualities. But then there's, like a yuppie pizza, like a flat, like this grilled flatbread sort of thing. And I think of those as, like, two distinct foods, and I can't tell you exactly why. Maybe one's less greasy.
I think a flatbread isn't really the same.
Yeah, and so I would think I like that, like, that side of things. There's, like, a few, like, wood-fired pizza places that I like. See, and you don't like this, Hannah. No. See, so that proves my point. Like, I wish they weren't both called pizza because they're, like, completely different food stuff.
I don't dislike them. I wouldn't be like, oh no, let's not get it from the fancy place. Like, same thing. Like, I feel exactly the same way that you do about just, like, regular ass youth group hangout pizza.
I feel like I mostly see that the other one called flatbreads, not flatbread pizza, on, like, menus and stuff.
But it doesn't have to be a flatbread pizza. Sometimes it's just, like, a real fancy thin crust pizza or something like that, but it's got, like, figs and fucking prosciutto on it.
That's some good shit you just described.
And some arugula and balsamic.
The pizza I make sometimes is fig, goat cheese, and arugula.
Hell yeah.
So good.
We haven't done that yet on our grilled pizza. We need to branch out.
So good.
We need to Michelle branch out. So, like, at this one pizza place we like in Durham, like, all that's on it is, like, it's, like, brushed with, it's such a ripoff. It's, like, brushed with, like, canned tomatoes from Italy and, like, it has some anchovies and basil on it. That's it. Like, no cheese, nothing else. But we, like, we'll get that and, like, martinis, and I'm just like, that's the height of, like, that's a great night out. So it's been kind of nice to incorporate that into our, like, home life, is to have this, like, kind of luxe grilled flatbread experience that also is a great vehicle for leftovers. So check it out if you have it. I think I posted that link in WayTooBroad. Yep.
So that's interesting because I would classify the Uncle Brown special type of grilled pizza as more in the category of the types of pizzas I like.
Yeah, I agree.
Like he doesn't. It's not a.
It's more of a classic za. It's not super thin.
It's not super thin.
It's got like red sauce on it.
Yeah.
And all that. Okay.
Well,
Red
I mean,
sauce,
you can have a different
cheese.
sauce. He makes it to order, you know?
Yeah, he usually makes like a menu that he prints out with all the like toppings that he has.
Oh, that's
And
so
then
nice.
Yeah, it is nice. Sometimes he does it with what are the hot sandwiches called? I can't remember.
Paninis?
Sometimes he.
Yeah, I love it.
What are the hot sandwiches?
What did they Hey, Ben, what do they call them hot sandwiches at that place we like?
Panini!
Yeah,
Your
sometimes
Gophers?
he makes a panini menu too.
That's so nice. I love that.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was convincing somebody I work with that I don't like pizza the other day. And they were like, but we used to go to that pizza place for lunch all the time. And I'm like, I would get the sandwiches. Anyway.
I like sandwiches at a pizza place too.
Yeah, and these were like grilled, almost like grilled flatbread sandwiches. They were like real, with like balsamic and like all that. Like, it's like the pizza I like, but in a sandwich form. It's really good.
I feel like a pizza place, there are like certain things you can trust in terms of sandwiches that they're just going to be like, they're going to be like a perfectly edible and probably delicious version of this. It's not going to be the healthiest. It's not going to be the most beautiful. It's not going to be fancy. But like if you order a BLT at a pizza restaurant, it's going to taste like a BLT and it's going to satisfy your hunger for a BLT.
Yeah. There you go.
That's my feeling. That's my hot take.
Just to rant real quick though, this pizza place had this sandwich that I loved so much, and they took it off the menu. So I went to go order it one time, and they were like, "Oh, we don't have that anymore. It didn't sell well." And it was called the Stinker because it has a lot of garlic on it. And I was like, "Why didn't you try to change the name first? Like, did anyone think that maybe some people would be off put by the name the Stinker? Why don't you call it like garlic, garlic, garlic?" And then give it a couple weeks, and then see how it does. I was pretty
What else
angry
was
about
on the sandwich other than garlic? Was it just garlic?
And garlic and garlic.
It was raw garlic. Peel on. And
it was just
uncooked.
several heads of garlic.
It is several. I was into it. At market price, it was cheaper than buying garlic from the store. Okay.
Take those leftovers home. You got garlic for weeks.
It had like caramelized onions and like I think prosciutto and like a really salty cheese and like roasted garlic and garlic oil. It was delicious, and like arugula tossed in a vinaigrette. It was absolutely, and on this like wood fired like flatbread. It was delicious.
Oof.
You know who would hate that sandwich?
Who?
Scott Bakula.
Jesus. For no particular reason.
I anticipated it before. Anticipated that. Burt Bacharach would hate it. Alright, I gotta wrap it up. That's all from me.
Cool.
You guys got me.
Gotcha.
Episode.
So which one would you say was your obsession? All three? Or just the
grilled pizza.
Okay.
Grilled pizza.
I just wanted to talk. Grilled pizza. I just wanted to talk about the others ones.
Cool.
The others ones.
Ben.
All right.
What's your obsession?
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
What? Okay, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want, I can do that. Yeah, my obsession's a TV show. It's a cartoon.
Oh.
It's called The Owl House. Either of you heard of it?
No.
Here's how it came into Kylie's and my orbit.
Oh.
Did you steal this from Kylie?
Yes.
Okay.
And so Noelle Stevenson's wife, Molly Knox Ostertag, is a writer on this show. And so while watching She-Ra, I followed both of them on Twitter, and they started tweeting about this show because it's still very new and still like coming out. Like it's still in its first season being released. It's on the Disney Channel. And Kylie also follows a lot of artists who are watching it and really liking it. So she was like seeing even more of it on her feed. And then actually, this is kind of a funny story. The other night, I woke up, actually the other day, like I woke up and got an email from Amazon saying that someone had bought the first season of The Owl House on my account at like 2 a.m. And I was like, that's weird. And so like in my sleepy state, I like changed my Amazon password and enabled 2-factor authentication and everything. And then like later that morning, I fell back asleep and we both slept in, and then I woke up. I was like, did you buy the first season of The Owl House? And she was like, yeah, I couldn't sleep last night, so I went out and started watching The Owl House. Yeah, so she got ahead of me, and then I started watching it after her and caught up. And we're now, you like can only buy the first 10 episodes on Amazon, and we think we're gonna have to like get a free trial for Hulu plus live TV to watch the rest of it, because it's still coming out, which is really annoying. But that's what we get for watching the new show. But it's really good. It's really cute. It's about a Dominican American teenager named Luz, who is like obsessed with like fantasy worlds and everything, and like stumbles upon a portal to like a magical world where she meets a witch named Ida the Owl Lady, who she like convinces her to kind of take her on as a pupil to try and teach her how to be a witch, even though humans aren't supposed to be able to do magic. And it's just like this really cute, fun adventures through this whimsical little world. It's not like, it's one of those shows where it's like the fantasy realm is like, it's like not just like pure bliss and fantasy. It's like kind of harsh, and like all of these, they're like a lot of like dangerous monsters and shit. But it's still really good, and I like it a lot. And it's like, Kylie was pointing out, it's like one of the first shows I've seen where one of the main characters is just like an old woman. Like Ida is like an old gray-haired witch, and she's not like, she's not like decrepit or anything. Like she's a spry witch.
She's a spry witch.
Yeah, and she has a little pet that's a demon named King, who looks like a really cute little like dog, I guess, but like the upper half of his head is just his skull.
Love that.
But he's adorable, and also talks and is really cute. And there are a lot of cute, fun characters, and it's just delightful. It's just a delightful, little relaxing little show. There's also gay stuff in it, specifically bi stuff. That's kind of a spoiler, but it's an exciting thing. It's like Disney's first ever bisexual main character.
Is that something that's like demonstrated in the show, or just kind of like hinted at by the creators or something? It's
demonstrated in the show.
Cool.
I think, from what I've heard. I haven't gotten to that from what we've watched, but there was a recent episode. So like she there's like a witch school kind of thing nearby to the Owl House where Ida lives and where Luz is staying. And there was a recent episode where they had something called Grom, which was like prom for them. And apparently some gay shit happened in that episode. I don't know.
This explains their Twitter that night, because they were like, the episode is called Enchanting Grom Fright. And so it's supposed to be, I think, a play on words of like prom night.
Yeah, a lot of the episode titles are like that.
So they, Noelle and Molly got like dressed up like they were going to prom together. And, like, had a Grom night at home. It was really cute. They looked really cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Google says it will eventually also be on Disney Plus, but it doesn't say when. So
Yeah, it's not right now. And I want to watch more of it now.
What season is it in? Did you say that?
1. It's on the first season. It started very recently. Like, this year.
Oh. So they got right to it.
Yeah, they didn't fuck around. It's the first season and there's already gay shit.
They didn't fuck around, cough, cough. Not looking at anybody.
There's gay shit in She-Ra from the start.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's true. There really is. There's gay shit. There's non-binary shit. It's all good. In She-Ra.
It's a good show. Cool.
And
It
it's
sounds good.
from one of the, it's that same kind of. And actually, like, on the episode that came out, I totally forgot about this, but, like, on the night that the episode came out where there was gay shit, Molly Knox, Oxtertag, tweeted, like, a thread about how, like, her whole goal in her career in working in animation is going to be to put it, like, inject as much representation for queer kids as she possibly can. And I was like, hell yeah. Like, keep fucking that shit up.
Yeah. Erin, you haven't seen Steven Universe, right?
Nope, not yet.
Neither of you have? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
There's gay shit in that. Did I mention that?
That has been mentioned to me, possibly by you.
There's a whole wedding, and it was another big fight with, I think, Cartoon Network to get that included between the creator and the network. So I'm glad to have that was Rebecca Sugar who did that. So I'm glad to have these brave and smart queer creators out there, like, fighting the good fight in those realms. Yeah.
It's both incredible to me and not at all surprising that they're still having to fight tooth and nail for these, like, little things. And I'm not insignificant things, but,
yeah,
it's
in Steven Universe. It's not. They're not the. So the gay couple and the lesbian couple in Steven Universe is one of the main characters. And I did not say that wrong.
One of the gay couples is the main character. Okay.
The gay couple is one of the main characters. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just really great to see so many queer people working in animation and, like, making stuff for kids, because that feels like it's so especially important, because you hear so many stories of, like, even Erin, you always tell us, like, how as an adult there's not enough gay shit for you to see, and there's, like, magnitudes more as an adult than there is in, like, for children's content, and it's like I don't know. We, like, starve. It just, like, reinforces the idea that it's not normal when it's not there.
Yeah, someone was asking me recently, like, what they could do as, like, a educator educator of young children to, like, support kids who might be, LGBTQ plus, like, and, like, or what would have made a difference for me. And I was just like, exposure or whatever, right? Like, I just, like, didn't know about it, right? Like, I think I would have known sooner. I just didn't, I, like, literally didn't know it was a thing because I never, ever, ever saw it. Or if I did see it, it was, like, a joke or, like, a punchline or, like, severely negative, So I love seeing all this stuff and I'm looking forward to when there's even more. And I even felt like sometimes I feel, like, silly for, like, I mean, I pretty much exclusively like to watch and read gay stuff. Like, it's true. And I feel reinforced when I watched that video series that you had sent to me once, Hannah, and that you had put out, maybe in our book club. Who's that? The Wired Disney Villains Gay Queer, that creator.
Oh yeah.
That was a really interesting video.
Yeah. Rowan Ellis. I went down a whole, like, rabbit hole of her videos and felt really justified at, like, a lot of, like, there's, like, no mainstream, like, characters. There's like almost no mainstream representation, and all of the things, like, no wonder I'm always, like, so excited, because it's just, like, there's, like, breadcrumbs, right? For queer stuff. So I feel completely justified whenever I get really excited about gay media.
Yeah.
I think you're justified.
Yep.
Maybe you should watch Steven Universe then.
Well, we're about to finish up She-Ra, so that's actually perfect. We'll start Steven Universe next.
Thank you.
Well, thanks, Ben, for telling your obsession with such short notice. Sorry to put you on the spot there.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I really wasn't ready for that. But you know,
duty called.
You like lemons, lemonade, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, is lemonade your obsession? What are you saying?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
lemons, sniffing lemons in Trader Joe's is my obsession.
Wow.
All right, let's do homework then. What's my homework? You can find a link. What just happened?
I yawned.
Oh,
You
okay.
gasped.
You can find in the description of this episode, either on your podcatcher or on our website, if you're listening on Apple product, a link to where you can watch Star Trek Lower Decks. And I would encourage you to watch at least the first episode, which you can do for free on CBS All Access, because it's really, really fun and funny and good, and unlike any other Star Trek product that I know about. Although I like those as well. My Twitter is Anthropology. That's also my Instagram. And that's it. And another podcast called So Dreamy. We talk about dreams. That's still on the internet. So, Erin, what's your homework?
What's going on, everybody? My homework is to check out Maggie Rogers' album from 2019. It slaps. And the Japanese House. Yeah. If you play it once, you play it twice. You know what I mean? Check out the Japanese House. Chewing cotton wool. Chewing cotton wool.
Cotton Candy House.
That's the name of the EP. And also check out Mark Anthony, both the Pizza Place and the Latin American Singer. Okay, what else?
Does
Can't
EP
find me.
stand for Exposed Peck?
Wow.
Wow. Like ab, you mean? Or no, like peck. Okay. Alright. That's fine. I'm good. Alright. What else? You can't find me. High octane. You can't find me on social media, but you can go to lesbianlendinglibrary.com and check out my catalog. Okay, that's it.
Okay, Ben, what's your homework?
My homework is, what is it? Watch The Owl House. You can get the first 10 episodes on Amazon, not for free. Buy them at 2 a.m. when you can't sleep. Use your partner's account.
Or Ben's. We'll link the
account.
password, email and password in the...
My Twitter, it's nicely proved, Ben.
Not the it's just nicely proved, Ben.
Yeah, my Twitter, comma, it's nicely proved, Ben.
Okay.
Everyone understood that.
I don't know about that. Okay, and then if you want to call...
Is the comma in your handle? So
yeah.
Your handle is, it's Twitter, comma, nicely proved Ben, is that right?
No, my Twitter, comma, it's nicely proved Ben. And spell out the word comma and also put a comma. This is not that hard.
Okay. Cool.
My Twitter, comma, it's nicely proved Ben.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
All right, cool.
No
if
spaces.
you want to call us all spaces?
Yeah, all spaces.
How do you know when to stop? Will Twitter stop you, or do we have to count out to a certain amount?
Oh my god.
All spaces until Twitter stops
If
us?
someone asks my Wi-Fi password, be like, it's banana phone, all spaces.
Wi-Fi password?
No, it's not.
Okay, good.
Oh my god. That's funny.
Okay. All right. If you want to call us and tell us what your Wi-Fi password is and whether it's no spaces or all spaces, you can do that at 774-326-0420.
Blaze it.
Blaze it.
All
Don't dial it.
dashes.
Please.
We're on Twitter at TwoBroadPod. We're on Instagram at WayTooBroad. We are on Gmail at WayTooBroad@gmail.com.
No periods. All periods.
All periods.
spaces.
All dots. If you miss any of that, you can go to our website, www. Why did I say that? You can go.
What'd you say?
It's www.
www.90s.com.
You can go to WayTooBroad.com to find all the links to everything we just said. You can, for anything you want. You can go to earnben.com for anything you need. Don't forget to visit maxfun.org. It's really delightful. And
We're still doing that.
Yeah, it's in the
Maxfun.org, so check it out.
Yeah, check it out. And that's it. So thanks for listening. And the podcast candle, it smells so good this week. But it is extinguished.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye now.
Hello.
Bye now.
Bye now.
Hello and welcome to WayTooBroad.
Round two.
Please.